But you don't get to quit. Not again.
Yo, I got some piercing eyes. My character's like, what did the letter say? I can't read that. And he's just like, good day. Walks off. I disappeared for 20 minutes. What did I miss? Final boss was a pushover.
Because
I'm the final boss now.
As I am hoping, we will never see each other again.
Oh my god. Dude, I saw people, I've seen so many people that like post screenshot of this on Twitter and they're like, oh my god, it was so good. I feel like up until the end it was so good. I'm just like a deflating balloon right now, like what? You know what would have been funny, Chad, if on there on the boat, she had the soul stone and she just went plunk into the water, and the dog's like, what the hell are you, swoop, and just gets pulled in. Yoink, bottom of the ocean. She's gonna come back with Mephisto crystal in her stump arm. Yeah, I was wondering if she was gonna stab it onto her stump, too. Also, it's kind of weird that, like... I mean, well, I guess we got a blessing from Mephisto. Because I was just thinking, after all the preparation and plans that we tried that failed, we just went and slapped Lilith around with our own, you know, 2 hands. But I guess we had Mephisto's blessing, so you could say that we weren't just immortal going at it. We had help a little bit, maybe. There wasn't any Diablo. No, the real Diablo was the friends we made along the way. No. I mean, she said him and his brothers. So I think it's implying that Diablo and Baal are coming back in the next one. But to be fair, there was never really a game that focused so much on Mephisto. D1, Diablo. D2, Diablo. Mephisto was a boss. And D2 expansion, the Lord of Destruction, was entirely Baal. D3 was basically all of them combined, but Diablo took control of the entity and became the primeval. So this is the first time Mephisto has had, like, the spotlight, I think. D4 has no Diablo on release. I mean, Fortnite doesn't last a fortnight. Final Fantasy isn't the final one, and it's the 14th time it's been the final one. I mean, Guild Wars has no Warring Guilds. Like, come on, just don't look into the title that much is all I'm saying. Oh, look, it's the Bone Zone. What's up, guys? Oh, there's a fast forward button. Let's do that. I don't want to skip it. I want to see if there's anything in here. Any tidbits? StarCraft doesn't craft stars. Minecraft Dungeons doesn't have any mining or crafting. It's got a dungeon. Oh, it's looping. We've already seen these pictures. Ah, wall of text. Man. So, in Arius' prophecy that his spear of light would stab Hatred's heart, I really thought that I was on the right track, thinking, oh, he thinks the Hatred is Lilith, but it's the Lord of Hatred, Mephisto. She's going to use his spear to stab Mephisto, and that's going to fulfill the prophecy, but not in the way an Arius wants it to. Instead, just nothing in the prophecy happened at all. Like, the whole thing, I mean, dude, Inarius might want a refund on his prophecy maker, because the whole thing just never happened. A spear of light did stab Hatred's heart? No, a spear that wasn't glowing stabbed Hatred's belly button. What? Hello. The Soul Stone was the spear? Yes, no. Could it be that Inarius was so riddled with hatred that he was stabbed with it? I don't know. Inarius just seemed like an idiot that was too powerful. And everyone else was subjected to his idiocy. We need Chip. He's not in range right now. Maybe they ordered the prophecy from Amazon Prime, 30-day return window. But does it have same-day shipping? Seems to be Mephisto got what he wanted, he's no longer in hell. I'm still so confused by how after she stabbed him with the Soul Stone, he just made her a portal to go where apparently she wanted to go, like a pocket monster. And you could still see him there, because like, the last time they were in the Soul Stones, Mephisto, like, was buried, like, basically under Travancore, and it took him years, decades, to corrupt the people around him to let him out. And now he's just a freaking Pokemon. You know, Diablo, his Soul Stone, very, 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 very slowly, over years, corrupted Lazarus until it finally got him to use the Soul Stone on Leoric's kid, and then Diablo got a body. And Bale was in Tal Rasha for centuries, up until someone let him out. So, I don't know. It's cool. It was good. Like, I liked it. I want to be clear on that. The whole thing with, like, the half-undead wolf was sick. That was awesome. I'm confused. It's like it seems like they're rewriting the rules here. Like, we're on book 4, and they just, like, changed the rules on me. Wasn't the stone broken and patched with duct tape? I mean, no. They said they fixed it at the end. They said they fixed it. Is it just me, or is Ataroth impossible? Do you mean Astaroth, the demon with, like, he's riding the wolf with the 3 heads? JDT? The credits repeat. What the script? Okay, I'm holding escape. What's next? Lilith has been defeated. There's still much to do. Where's my mouse? There we go. Dude, I had to wait for my mouse to load in. Level up to take on new challenges across the continent. Complete Whispers of the Dead, participate in Helltide, and challenge yourself in Nightmare Dungeons to gain valuable items and crafting materials to progress your character. Okay. Continue unlocking world tiers to gain access to more features of powerful items. When you're strong enough, face Echo of Lilith in the final world tier. Okay. Speak with Lorath, Whispers of the Dead. Are we going to look for Neyrelle?
I wish we could. She's out there with a prime evil, but we've been instructed not to follow. Wouldn't even know where to start searching if we did. So,
do we still have the eye, or did we just leave that in hell?
Wait.
I can't just sit idly by waiting for word.
No? Then what are you gonna do? Go after her against her will?
No. You're right about Neyrelle, friend. But there's still work to be done in Sanctuary. I'm going to the Tree of Whispers.
Why would you do that?
Because it might be our only ally left. And we may soon need allies more than ever.
But it's gonna want my head.
Go see the tree. But be very careful.
Speak with the Tree of Whispers. What? Where was that? Chip is cute? Yes, he is. I see the pet redeem, but he doesn't like getting pet while he's doing the biscuits, so we're gonna leave him. We're gonna leave him right now.
Savior, you've stopped Lilith, freed Sanctuary of its supposed shackles. I'm sure it's everything you were hoping for. Congratulations.
Ugh, shut up, Rex.
The heads yell at each other?
So talkative, new flesh.
Wanderer, why are you here? Come to strike a deal?
My head stays where it is. I'm simply looking for an ally.
Ally? We might be able to form an arrangement. If it's not too beneath you.
Debts need to be fulfilled. You could claim them. Yes, claim their debts. In exchange, we will provide you with power, wealth, whatever it is you desire.
Repeatable content.
Yes, yes.
Meanwhile, you will be the force of good, curing Sanctuary of its ailments.
Far away in the broken city of Chaldeum, there are those indebted to us, demon and man alike. Slay them and claim their debts. The crow will do the rest.
Let's see. JDT says I'm playing Source. JDT, if you're not already, are you making a lot of use of Hydra? Hydra's great because you can just keep it out and it will continue doing some damage and you can focus more on moving around and running around and keeping yourself alive. Like, if I had a boss fight I just absolutely could not beat on Source, I would consider running like Hydra and some defensive skills. Like Ice Barrier, Flame Barrier, Teleport, or something like that. Just to have stupid survivability and chip it down. You know, I might try that. Icons on the map indicate active whispers and are only available for a limited amount of time. Each whisper rewards a number of grim favors upon completion. Wait, what? Oh, okay, got it. Okay, all right. You could track how many grim favors you have from the map. When the bar is full, return to the Tree of Whispers to claim a valuable cache of your choice. Okay. Oh. Oh, well. Dude, do I not have any? Oh, I do have a waypoint over here. Alright. Let's do one of these just to see what it's like, and then I'm gonna have to save it for the night. I'll try that in the future, thank you so much. Sure, I hope it helps. I haven't played the Sorcerer all the way to the point to that point in the story, but Hydra is just an amazing tool, because it's just like summon, and then you can focus all your attention on moving around and dodging and stuff, and then, you know, it's still just chipping away. Same with the other summons, of course. What is it? Ice Blades and the Lightning Sphere, but the Hydra, you can have it out 100% of the time, as long as you cast it once per, what, 10 seconds, I think? Oh, this is Duriel's room. Oh, bit of lag, bit of lag, bit of lag. Oh my god. That was scary.
I need more time.
Alright, we're just gonna do one cellar. And this thing has that new symbol around it and see what happens. There is a spike trap in the middle. Purge the cellar. Do I click on the fountain? Ah, that's what I have to do.
I need more time.
Dang. They actually killed all my skeletons and I had to resummon them all in the middle of the fight. Luckily, I generate like 1,000,000 corpses, so it just took a minute. Alright, so if I hit tab now, one of these is filled in. Okay, simple enough. So I just have to do a number of them. I would guess that like a cellar is quick. That only gives one favor. But if it's like, if it requires doing a whole dungeon, because some of them were like, do this whole dungeon, I would hope that gives more than one favor. Because that's way more of a time investment. Like that one right there. Yeah, it does. 5 grim favors. It does, it do exactly that. Okay, cool. Okay, so recap time. Usually I spend a couple of minutes kind of reviewing a game when I finish like the main story. There's still a lot more to see in this before doing like a full review. I have still not seen the Paragon system and what that's going to entail. I need to get 3.3 more level ups. I'll be working on that tomorrow. And I haven't seen any of the post-story stuff. So far, this game is $70 US, or 80 with Deluxe, or 90 with Ultimate. Someone asked me night before last, do I feel like this game is worth the 90? And my immediate response was, I don't know many games that are worth 90. Yeah, maybe that's just old-fashioned, but 90 is still like insane to me. So let's just focus on 70. The story, the art, the story, the cinematics. Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. The cinematics have that Blizzard level quality that we know of from cinematics for decades. Very insanely good. The story, I would say I loved it and I was 100% on board up until like the last half hour. The last half hour I just kind of deflated. I was like, is this what we're doing? What the hell is this? Like, it just seemed like they had one of the good guys just do a bunch of stupid crap at the very end just to leave it open for an expansion. I feel like they could have left it open for an expansion just by having Mephisto in the stone without her running off to do stupid shit. But it just seemed like for just the sake of leaving the door open, they had one of the characters go just straight minus 500 IQ for the last half hour. And that was really disappointing. when I saw Endariel and Duriel and Caldeum and Mishif, all of those, I was like, wow, yeah, they did a great job of incorporating this with D1, D2, D3. They did a great job with that. But then there was a couple of times they did stuff that I was like, what? Like, you know, when the Diablo stone was stabbed into the prince's head in D1, it took a long time for the boy to get corrupted into Diablo. But when they stabbed Astaroth's stone into Donan's kid, whose name I can't remember, he transformed in like 30 minutes in game time, maybe less. Like so fast. He transformed so fast. And I was just like, what? And then the whole thing where after capturing Mephisto in a soul stone, not only is he still able to conjure the wolf thing, he also was able to make a portal exactly to where his jailer wanted to go. Like, if he could choose where to make portals, why doesn't he just go to his brother's house? Bro, get this girl off me and get me out of this rock. You know, what? It was like he was just a loyal pocket monster now. And I don't understand that at all. That's hasn't been how the Soul Stones worked in the story. The people holding them don't just have control over the thing inside. That, unless that happened in the books, but it just, from what I know from the games, that hasn't been a thing. So there was a lot of nostalgia bombs I absolutely loved. I got so excited when I was like, was that Duriel? When Duriel popped out and I got to smack him around, that was fantastic. But then some of the other stuff they did, it felt like they were changing the rules of the franchise, and I didn't follow like what was going on. If you take away the story and the cutscenes and the nostalgia and all that stuff, what you're left with is an action RPG. And it's just that, no more, no less. The Book of the Dead has some of the worst tooltips I've ever seen. Golems, it doesn't say its hit points, doesn't say its damage. If you mouse over the golem thing, it does say how hard it punches, but if you mouse over skeletons, it doesn't say how much they hit for. I have no idea. The bone golem, it says that it increases the amount of thorns it inherits from 30 to 50%. Does that mean all the golems get thorns? Like, or does that just mean that that one gets 30 and that one gets 50? Did these get 30? I have no idea. These are awful. These are some of the worst tooltips I have seen in years. The tooltips for the skills are not that bad. The ability tree tooltips are pretty good, but just the Book of the Dead, the tooltips are just like so vague, so vague. I also tried digging. Why do I have to go into my inventory and click on materials and stats, and then scroll down this thing to find this stuff? I don't know. I don't know why this stuff is like this. This is not great. But there is a lot of info here, but there's also a lot missing. I would say more times that I've gone here looking for an answer to a question, the question has not been answered than it has. So that's been a little annoying. What else? The skill tree. The skill branch. Ping, I mean, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, done. This is very disappointing. I've said it multiple times during the playthrough, but these are just my opinions on this. D2 had more investment into a build. Like, you know, you could put 20 points into Bone Spirit, then 20 points into Bone Spear, and those would support all Bone skills, so Bone Spirit would get a buff. 20 points into Teeth, Bone Prison, Bone Wall. All of those would support other Bone skills with the synergy system. You could just invest way more into something. That, you know, and that doesn't necessarily make it better. There are more choices here than D2, but not D3. D2 also, you know, and this is just a choice that they decided to make. D2, like, curses. There was 10 different curses. In this game, there's 2. And then talk about choices. With each skill, you have A or B. That's it. In D3, there was 6 choices. You know, I keep using the example of the Hydra from the Wizard in D3. The Hydra, there was Fire Hydra, which is default, Mammoth Hydra, which was one massive one instead of 3 little ones, Poison Hydra, Electric, Frost, Arcane. There was just so many options, and here there's just A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B. That's it on all of them. So that's kind of disappointing. They're going the route of, you know, you use legendaries to really change your build-up. and that's just a game design choice. I'm not a fan of it because it's also a game where you reset and play it from the start again every time they do a new season. And if your favorite build requires a legendary to work, that means at the start of every season, you're not playing a character you enjoy until you can find the item that makes you enjoy it. So I'm not a fan of that. I haven't gotten to see the Paragon system, and I'm not saying that, like, for example, the other extreme to this would be Path of Exile. If this is too simple, Path of Exile is possibly too complicated. Last Epoch is kind of there in the middle. D2 and D3 are somewhere there in the middle. But this, as someone who likes customization, I found this to be extremely, extremely shallow. I got really excited when I found a gameplay style that worked for me, which was the miasma explosion. That was a lot of fun. But maybe it's too powerful. I ended up feeling like Andariel, Duriel, and even the last fight, Lilith, I was just like, please have another phase. Please get back up. Oh god, there's the loot. You know, it was so easy. Like, we absolutely melted all of them. It was so easy. And I was just like, okay. And then there was that fight with Ashava. Ashava, for some reason, the only time in the game, the camera wasn't centered on me. It's like I'd be moving around, and it's like if the mouse is my character, it would occasionally, my character would move like over this and then come back to the middle, then up here, then back to the middle, then down here. And multiple times I got hit by attacks because I thought my character was in the middle of my screen and it wasn't. And that was very irksome. I don't know why they did that. I would very much like to see that undone. But that was weird. Neck did get a buff today. Yeah, they upped the damage of skeletons by 10%, but I don't know how much that is because the tooltip doesn't tell me. It doesn't even say how hard. I have no idea how hard skeletons hit. It doesn't say. The tooltip has no information on that. But yeah, skeleton and golem auto attacks got increased by 10%, as well as a bunch of skills that I don't use got buffed. Collector's edition for D3 and DLC were in my country less expensive than 90, but that's inflation. Still easy to tell a lot of physical stuff in boxes. There's something I can still look at the moment. Don't really like a AAA game to come right now. I think D4 is an awesome example of downward trend. Action bar is too small. What's the point of letting us pick more than 6 extra skills if we can't use them all? I don't know. I mean, D3 had 6 skills on the bar, didn't it? So there was, they do have a precedent for that, but. Yeah, again, I want to really stress, because I said a lot of negative stuff there. This was fun. I enjoyed this. I liked it. My nostalgia was just kicking me in the ribs constantly. It was great. I did enjoy it, but I already almost feel done. And I promise you that's not what they were going for when they made it. I want to see what the endgame stuff offers, but I'm not having so much fun that I'm going to want to grind and do maps over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, I'm not feeling that vibe. I'm not feeling that. But yeah, anyway, that's just my thoughts. You know, not trying to change any minds or anything like that. I absolutely, oh god, I absolutely do not think it's worth $80 or $90. $70 is really pushing it if you're a diehard Diablo fan, because I think the best part about this game is the story. I think the best part's the story, and if you're jumping into this as your very, very first Diablo, I would say Last Epoch is better gameplay for half the price, and Path of Exile's free. Probably lean toward Last Epoch if it's your first ARPG. Path of Exile's very complicated if it's your first one. Would you say you're whelmed? Teen Titans reference? Yes, I'm very whelmed. But again, it was fun. It absolutely was fun. But it's not gameplay I would play for hundreds of hours. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. All right, with that chat, we will be back tomorrow to continue more of this, and there will be drops tomorrow for any of you interested. We will be back tomorrow after we have done Mutiny Monday. Every Monday night we do Mutiny Monday. I play the Riftbreaker, which has excellent Twitch integration, and people can type things in chat which change the game. We are going to do that for a few hours, and then we will do this for the second half of the stream in the same time slot that we're in right now. And I'll also be online tomorrow morning, continuing our playthrough of Darkest Dungeon 2's challenge modes, which have been kicking my butt lately, but it's been a lot of fun, and I've been eager to get into more of that. So yeah, tomorrow hopefully we'll hit level 50 and try out that endgame stuff and see what's going on.